This is the One Girl Revolution podcast, a podcast that highlights the stories of world-changing women and girls across the country. We hope that these stories inspire you, but even more so, we hope that these stories help you to see your own value, your purpose, and your power to change the world through your life. Every woman and girl is a One Girl Revolution. Welcome to the One Girl Revolution podcast. It's your girl, Kate, here. This is the final episode of 2025. Don't worry, we're coming back in 2026, but we have had the past couple of episodes, I will say, we have had some really deep, heartbreaking episodes, and I didn't feel right about ending on those episodes. So I wanted to do something a little different. I've done solo episodes from time to time, and I wanted to do one today. I wanted to kind of reflect on 2025. We have some really exciting things that I will share with you about 2026, things we have coming up that I'm so excited about. There's so much more to come. And I always say on this podcast that you have to let life surprise you sometimes. And I know that had I rewound to 2026, or if I rewind to January 2026, I never could have fathomed all the things that happened. And I'm glad that I didn't see the things coming, because some things were really difficult that I experienced. Other things were great joys and amazing surprises. And that's really how life seems to go sometimes. And I know that all of you have had maybe a difficult 2025. I know so many people have suffered losses, great losses of family members and friends, people who have lost their jobs, so many difficulties that all of us have faced in different ways, health conditions, health issues. I look back even on my past year, going through all of the things that I went through. My father-in-law had a heart attack and then had heart surgery. Then my husband was visiting him, got sick from the hospital, and got this mystery virus that still he's dealing with months and months later. I think maybe some of you know that I had cataract surgery. So I had cataracts from taking steroids as a kid when I had really terrible eczema. And so the cataracts got so bad, so I had to get them taken out. And then my little Jack Russell Terrier had glaucoma because her eyes are gone. And in September and then in December, she had to get each of her eyes removed. So it has just been crazy. And something that I haven't talked about at all, and I'm not going to go into all of it, is it's another longer story for another day, but I think it's important to share because we never know what people are going through. But my dad cut himself off from our family after my mom passed away, and all four of us kids were really close to my dad, and we haven't heard from him in 2 years. And it's a really heartbreaking story, but I feel it's important to share. But also there's so much going on with family estrangement. And I don't know if any of you saw Oprah's program about children cutting themselves off from their parents, which I know has become a really big thing in our world. But I have to say, your parent whom you're really close to, completely cutting themselves off from you, from your life, from everything that you're experiencing, is its own deep, painful wound. Losing one parent and then losing a second. I lost my mom in September of 2022, and then shortly after, lost my dad. So it's just been a really difficult couple of years for me, a really difficult year. I know that it has been for all of you. And so I just wanted to share a little bit because I know that you're all going through it. You're all going through different things. And I'm so grateful when you all have shared your stories with me, and when all of the One Girl Revolutions have shared their stories with me, the joys, but also the difficult moments. And, the past couple of episodes in December have been, well, I feel like I've cried through all of them. Because these women are just so resilient and incredible, and their stories just, I don't know, broke my heart open in a new way. And it helped me to see that I'm not alone in the painful things that I'm going through, or the heartbreaking things that I'm going through. And I think about Allie Kessler, who lost her son, Grayson. You have to go back and listen to that episode. And I encourage all of you to share it, because her story needs to be shared and people need to know that these things are happening in our world. Then there's the beacon of light, little Lila, who is suffering from cancer, and her mama, Caitlin. The two of them are just these beacons of light, and they are suffering so deeply, but they just continue to power forward. And now they're helping other people. Or Monica, who had been through hell and back. And, her life story is one of resilience. And now she is helping other babies who are in similar situations through the Safe Haven baby boxes. So go back and listen to those episodes. But that was just something that I was reflecting on in December, that, here are all these different women and girls who are going through so many difficult life things, and they continue on. And if they can, we all can. And on the flip side, we also need to celebrate all of the joys, all of the incredible things that happened back in 2025. So I hope that you all, as we wrap up this year, you think about, what are all the things that you've survived? What are all the difficult things that you've come through, and you're still standing, you're still here. And those are important things for us to think about. But we also need to celebrate all of the great things, the great joys that have happened. And like I said at the beginning of this podcast, had I known, I never could have imagined actually in 2025 that all of these great things would have happened. I had hopes and dreams and things that I was starting the new year out with, but I never could have fathomed all of the things that happened. And so in January 2025, it was like prepping, and then February, I feel like I was drinking through a fire hose trying to plan our first event, The Power of Her. And my dear friend Leah was helping me before she was having her baby. She was trying to help me design everything and get everything done before she went on maternity leave, for all the signage and all of the promotional items for The Power of Her. And the congregation was willing to host The Power of Her. And I thought, if a couple of One Girl Revolutions showed up, that would be amazing. And we had over 20 One Girl Revolutions showed up in the same space. We had this incredible marketplace of all the makers who have been on One Girl Revolution. And we've filmed this live podcast, which you can check out on YouTube. And I will put the link in the show notes, because it's such a powerful, jam-packed event that you can watch the full video, and I encourage you to do so. So I will put that in the show notes. But The Power of Her was just pure magic. It was incredible to see so many people show up, and so many people show up to support One Girl Revolution, to support me with this event. I'm so grateful to all my friends and family who showed up. My sisters, huge shout out to them, because it never would have happened if it wasn't for them just helping me dream up different aspects of it and pull it all together. So that was in March. That was March 1st in 2025. And then the Kelly Clarkson Show. That was something that I never in a million years would have guessed that would happen. I hoped. I had been talking to one of the producers for 2 years, and I hoped that at some point it would happen. But really, even in March, even before Women's History Month kicked off, and then even in the midst of it, it didn't seem like it was going to happen. And then all of a sudden, on a random Friday, I got an email that said, "Hey, Kate, can you be here in New York City on Wednesday?" It was a Friday. And I didn't even look at my calendar, and I said, "Yes, I can go." And I was terrified, and I was nervous and excited to meet Kelly, and excited for this incredible opportunity. But I never could have fathomed that it would happen. And I'm so glad that I said yes. And I'm so glad that I was able to go and represent One Girl Revolution and represent all of the incredible One Girls. And Ruby Kate Chitsey from Three Wishes for Ruby's Residence came with me, and what a gift she is. And people always say in those moments, it's like, you've made it. And I had people that said that to me, but I feel like that was really just the beginning of the journey, or another beginning, because One Girl Revolution really has been a series of beginnings. When we did the first documentary, that was a beginning. And then we got nominated for an Emmy. That was another beginning. And then we did the second documentary, and that was a beginning. Like, all these different things. Good Morning America happened a couple of years ago. That was a beginning. And so really, the Kelly Clarkson Show to me was just a beginning. And I hope that there will be many other opportunities to collaborate with Kelly and all of her producers and do more about these incredible world-changing women and girls and One Girl Revolution. But even like reflecting back on that experience, it's crazy, because throughout this year, I've also been working full time doing PR work. So I'll do PR work and then I'll do a podcast interview and then I'll do the show notes. And like, I'm just always bouncing between a million different things. But I'm able to do it and I've been able to do it. And even going to the Kelly Clarkson show, I didn't tell anybody because in media, you never know until well, even if you film it, sometimes there have been instances where you film an interview and it never goes to air. And so until I knew for a fact that it was going to air, I didn't say anything. Very few people knew. And my PR clients, I didn't share it all. And so I still will always have memories of being like sitting on a park bench on a Zoom call outside of the Kelly Clarkson show doing this like PR communications job and then turning the table and going into the Kelly Clarkson show and snapping into One Girl Revolution. So it's just a lot. It's been a whole lot this year of life challenges and difficulties. Also, all the PR work that I'm doing. And then with One Girl Revolution, it's really hasn't slowed down. It's been so much every single month. And so March obviously was crazy busy with the event and then the Kelly Clarkson show and then running all the social media and all the different pieces that I had to have running. Also, shout out to my friend Jennifer Jackson, who's been on the One Girl Revolution podcast from the Dre Project, my friend Maria, my sisters. They all were incredible. And Jennifer Jackson hosted this amazing Kelly Clarkson Show watch party. And so I need to just give her a shout out as well, because we were able to bring together so many of the One Girls to watch the segment together. And that was just really special to me. And I will always be so grateful. Let's see. April, May, and June, so many things were happening. I spoke at multiple events. One Girl Revolution did pop-ups different places with all of our t-shirts. Many of you have probably seen our pink tie-dye t-shirts or sweatshirts, or our Rosa Parks shirt. I love that shirt so much and get all kinds of compliments wearing it around. So we've done so much. We did so much April, May, and June. Then in July, we did a really cool thing on the podcast. We did a series about Sasco and the I Will Survive weekend. So go back and listen to all of those episodes. But you've heard me talk about Sasco. They've been on the podcast before. You've heard me talk about the I Will Survive weekend, which absolutely changed my life last year. I got to go again this year. But I really wanted to bring Sasco and the I Will Survive weekend to all of you. And so you can go back and all the 5 episodes from July really featured different aspects of the I Will Survive weekend. And it was the first time ever that we had men on the podcast. So we had our first 2 male guests who are both amazing. You will love both of their episodes. You'll understand why I had them on if you go back and listen. So go and check that out. Every woman, every girl. The world tells them they don't matter, but we know the truth. Every woman and every girl is a One Girl Revolution. Through the Every Woman, Every Girl campaign, we're telling powerful stories, lifting voices, and reminding women and girls everywhere of their worth, their purpose, and the power that they hold to change the world. But we can't do it without you. Your donation helps us share more stories, reach more women and girls, and change more lives. Join the movement today. Support the campaign. Donate at onegirlrevolution.com/donate. That's the number onegirlrevolution.com/donate. Because when every woman and every girl rises, the whole world changes. August, September, and October. I feel like those months flew by. I was traveling for my PR job a lot, but I kept up with One Girl Revolution. I don't know in retrospect how I was able to do that, but I was doing podcast interviews in between flights and all the different things. So I was able to do it, which was incredible. And I'm so grateful to everybody who I've been able to work for on the PR front, because that really allows me to pay my bills, but also that means that every single dollar that goes to One Girl Revolution goes back to support our work. So every single donation, every single dollar goes right back to make sure that we're telling more stories and impacting more women and girls. So I'm so grateful to everyone that I work with on the PR front, so I can really focus all of my energy and all of the funding for One Girl Revolution into amplifying more stories. In October, we launched the Every Woman, Every Girl campaign, which, if you listen to this podcast, you know sparked out of when I met Jane Fonda, the actress. And she blatantly said, I need to repeat that. She blatantly said, one woman can't be a revolution. Well, oh yeah, Jane, catch this. We've got over 288 episodes, 288 of world changing women and girls, one girl revolutions, one woman who has become a revolution. So we have them. We have that. We can show you that they are one girl revolutions and that one woman, one girl can be a revolution. And so this campaign, Every Woman, Every Girl, I really wanted to focus on how every single woman and girl, no matter who they are, no matter what their background is, no matter what they're doing right now, that every single woman and girl, I'm looking at each and every one of you right now, is a one girl revolution. We just have to believe it. We have to own it. And we have to do something about it. We have to be that one girl revolution. And I believe that everyone can be and everyone is, but we need to put one foot in front of the other and do it. And so whether you're in between jobs, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you are a cashier at Target or Taco Bell, whatever your impact is on this world, every single woman and girl is making a difference. Every single woman and girl is as unique as her fingerprint, and she has the ability to change the world and imprint on this world. And so I really wanted to find interesting stories or world-changing women and girls, women that just I love and that inspire me. And so they're kind of outside of the usual nonprofit founders. And we really kind of did something different. Most of the episodes, we have a few nonprofit founders that were on over the past couple of months, but for the most part, it was just everyday women who are just living their life and living the dream. And they are such inspiration. So go back and listen to all those episodes. That's pretty much October through the end of the year, but so many different unique stories. And we are going to continue this campaign, Every Woman, Every Girl, over the coming year. And we hope that you will submit your story, make a video, send us a post that we can post about your story. We want to share your story and how you are a one girl revolution. And we're going to be launching a new aspect to that campaign, which I'll share in a little bit in January, because we want you to be a part of the work that we're doing. Then in November, we hosted or co-hosted an event with Poverty Inc. I did an interview with Poverty Inc. for their next documentary, but that event was incredible. We had so many people turn out for it. It's a really important discussion about poverty in our world and how we can be the change that we want to see in the world and how each and every one of us can play a role. And I'm excited for Poverty Inc.'s next documentary, and you may see yours truly in that because I did an interview with them while they were in town. And then in November, I also went to the I Will Survive weekend for a second year with my dear friend Milligan. And this was just transformative. I went last year and I said it was transformative. And this year it was it just built on what I experienced last year. So it was almost just as, it probably was even more so impactful for me. And so I just want to encourage everyone who's listening, please consider going next year. They have so many scholarships. If you want to go, they'll figure out a way to make sure that you get to go. I hope that One Girl Revolution can do more to help all of you go and or bring them here. It will never be the same as the I Will Survive weekend in South Carolina. So I encourage you to go do that. But if you want to learn about SaskGo or get to know a little bit more about their programming, hopefully at some point, Shannon and Brett will make it up to Detroit. And I'm doing everything in my power to get them up here because I love them so much. And while we were at the I Will Survive weekend, Brett shared a story about there was this little girl. She was at this camp, summer camp type thing. And there was a little girl. They were all getting on this boat. And this little girl was scared to get on the boat. And Brett was trying to understand, like, why are you scared? Why do you want it? Like, it's okay. It's just like this little pontoon boat. You know, it's not anything like big or scary. And the little girl just was still really like shaky and nervous. And she didn't want to get on. And finally, she said to Brett, I'm afraid of being afraid. And that became kind of the theme for many of us at the I Will Survive weekend. But that's kind of the theme that I really feel like I'm going into 2026 with. don't be afraid of being afraid. I'm afraid of being afraid. And you think about so many things in your life that you've been held back from, not because you're really afraid, but you're just afraid of being afraid. And so I just wanted to share that story with all of you because it was such a powerful moment at the I Will Survive weekend, but such a beautiful story. And so don't be afraid of being afraid. Just power through. You are a one girl revolution. You have an impact, an imprint that you need to leave on this world. And so I encourage you to find that and embrace it. If you don't know what it is, find it in 2026. Let's find it together. Let's work together to find your spark and change the world because you were made for greatness. So that was all in November. And then December, we had the Give Back Gift Guide, closing up the year with powerful episodes. And we had campaign that we did for Giving Tuesday. And I'm so grateful to every single person who donated during that, who donated in August during my birthday campaign, everyone who has donated throughout the year, all of our monthly donors. I am just blown away by the love and support this year more than ever. I know that next year is going to be even bigger, and all of you are going to be even more supportive because we have such big things that we're working on for next year. But I am just so grateful to all of you, to all of our donors, to everyone who has supported this mission. And just like I said before, every single dollar goes to support this work and helps us to tell more stories. We are a very small budget nonprofit organization. Really, it's just everything is going to tell these stories. And so help us tell more stories in 2026. Please become a donor if you aren't already. If you can give $5 or become a monthly donor and give some small percentage, whatever you can give, or a one-time gift at the end of the year, whatever you can give, every single dollar matters. Every single dollar is going to help us accomplish even more. And like I said, I have big things planned for 2026, which I'm going to get to, but I also just want to say thank you to everybody who has been a part of One Girl Revolution in any way. All of the connections. We have had so many people reach out and say they want to be a part of our work or they want to support in some way. People who have connected us with other women who have said, hey, Kate, you need to know about this amazing woman or this nonprofit organization, or sent me a story. I have loved connecting with every single person that I've connected with this year. And I know that we're just going to continue to grow this community, and we're going to continue to grow this epicenter of world-changing women and girls. And I want you to all be a part of it. So I just am so grateful to everybody who has stepped forward and everybody who's been a part of One Girl Revolution in 2025. And I know you're all going to be a part of it in 2026. And we have so much more to come. I'm so excited. The world tells women and girls that they don't matter, that one woman, one girl can't be a revolution. But that's not true. Every woman and every girl is a one girl revolution. Join the Every Woman, Every Girl campaign today by posting a video or graphic on social media telling us why you are a one girl revolution. Tag us, collab with us on Instagram, and shout out a woman or girl who inspires you. Tell us who is a one girl revolution in your life. Together, we are lifting voices, telling stories, and reminding every woman and girl who she really is. Follow along, share your story, and be a part of the movement. Because when every woman and every girl rises, the whole world changes. Join us today at onegirlrevolution.com. That's the number onegirlrevolution.com. Okay, I'll give you some teasers. Let's talk about just a couple of teasers. This is going to be kind of a short episode, but I wanted to keep it this way because you all are busy. You have New Year's parties to get to. You have New Year's Day plans. You also have a mission that you need to get working on for 2026. And so I don't want to keep you up too much. I don't want to hold you up too much, but next year we have some really exciting things coming up. I'm hoping to film and release our next documentary. So excited about it. I want you all to be a part of it. I would be so grateful if you would support it. Again, any donation, any dollar is getting us closer to making that documentary because documentaries cost money. It takes time. So anything that you can do to be a part of it, if you want to be a part of it in a bigger way, feel free to reach out to me, but I need your help. I need your support. And One Girl Revolution needs your help and your support. So anything that you can do to help us. If you know of a grant, if you know of a company that might want to support it, I don't care. I'll brand the whole documentary to whatever the company is. We'll wear t-shirts for the company. We'll drive around in their car, whatever it is. I could use any of your support and any of your help. So next documentary, so excited. Fingers crossed that it happens in 2026 because that would be amazing. Let's see. Next thing, mark your calendar for Sunday, March 1st. From 6 to 9 p.m. So it's a Sunday, March 1st, 6 to 9 p.m. One Girl Revolution will be hosting our second annual Women's History Month event, The Power of Her. It's going to be different. It's going to be at a different location in Detroit. It's going to be a totally different vibe, but it's still going to be amazing. We're still going to have the marketplace. We're still going to have tons of amazing One Girl Revolutions and hopefully even more. Some surprise guests, I feel like, are on the docket. So make sure you mark your calendar and keep your eyes out in the new year for all the details for that. But you are the first to know. So you heard it here first. Sunday, March 1st from 6 to 9 p.m. will be One Girl Revolution's second annual, The Power of Her. I mentioned it before, but we are launching a new aspect, a new part of the Every Woman, Every Girl campaign in January, where you can record your story via your computer or your phone. Super easy. All you'll have to do is use this link and then you can submit your story. So keep your eyes out for the details on that because we want all of you to be involved. And those stories, we'll ask you to submit them in January. And then those stories will run throughout Women's History Month because we believe that women are making history every single day. Each and every one of you are making history every single day. And we want you to be a part of One Girl Revolution and we want to feature your story. It's difficult for me because there are so many stories to highlight and we just don't have enough hours in the day and enough time to do all of the podcast episodes. So I'm trying to find more and creative ways to highlight more stories. So please keep your eyes out for that. We will be launching that in January and we want you to be a part of it. So Every Woman, Every Girl will continue in the new year and there will be a new aspect that you're able to be a part of and submit your story. And obviously the podcast will be back. We're going to take a short break to get recalibrated with all the things that are coming up in 2026, but we will be back and ready to rock and roll in the new year, probably in February, but I will keep you all posted on that. So there is so much to come, so much this year to be grateful for. Again, I know all of you have been through so much this year, but I encourage you to reflect on not only the difficulties, not only the things that have held you back or been hard on you, but also think about the things that have been great joys and the great blessings of this year. And know that life is going to surprise you in 2026, hopefully mostly for the better, because I hope that all of us have a better year in 2026. 2025 was incredible in so many ways, but very, very difficult in other ways. So I hope that 2026 just surprises us and that it's the best year yet. And when I reflect back to January 2025, I had no idea that The Power of Her would be a huge success or that we would connect with all the incredible women we did through the podcast, or that I would learn about so many women who are making an impact, or that the Kelly Clarkson Show would happen. So much happened that I couldn't have anticipated. And I hope that that's what you go into 2026 with. I often say on this podcast, let life surprise you. And I hope that it does in the best of ways going into the new year. Embrace every opportunity and take chances. And remember that little girl who was afraid to get on the boat. Don't be afraid of being afraid. So I'm going to leave it there this year for all of you. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of the One Girl Revolution podcast. And let's go, girls. Bring on 2026. I will talk to you all in the new year. For more from One Girl Revolution, to listen to all of our podcast episodes, watch our Emmy-nominated documentary series, follow us on social media, donate to our nonprofit organization, and more, please visit onegirlrevolution.com. That's the number onegirlrevolution.com.